42 people already here in the building. Welcome. Oh, look at me. I'm showing y'all a little too much. Showing y'all too much back there. My fault. Welcome to episode 10 of New York Football Talk. And it's crazy how episode 10 literally falls on the playoff episode. It's so fitting. I was thinking, first of all, Jared Valluzzi, welcome back, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, feeling ready to go. I mean, best time of the year. I was disappointed I missed last week. Wasn't feeling too great, but no, I'm back. I can't wait. This is what we're here for, man.
Back was the word.
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Finally able to see some games live. Um, Ready to talk about it, man. Ready to talk about it.
Like I said in the chat, if you guys want to support Sage Media, definitely leave a super chat. This is going to be an awesome, awesome episode. We are all super excited for it. So first, just to start, of course, not everyone can make the playoffs. So if your season is over, congratulations on a fantastic career for the class of 2025. Obviously only 8 people can make the playoffs, and I'm sure it's disappointing for a lot of people at home who didn't make the playoffs. If you're a class of 2025, best of luck. Please continue to support the rest of the playoffs. Watch the streams, pull up to the games. Because you are supporting the community. So please continue to support. And for all the underclassmen, hopefully you're already back into the gym, trying to get to where you need to be. So next year we're talking about you guys as your team in the playoffs. So I was thinking of my guy E.
Yeah.
Kellenberg did make the playoffs, but they did get bounced. So congratulations. So let's get that out the way real quick. Congratulations to Cardinal Hayes for advancing to the semifinals in the Catholic League. Big congratulations to Chaminade for making it to the semifinals. Big, I wouldn't call it an upset, but it's always hard to go on the road and win in Staten Island. So huge congrats to Chaminade, because I honestly felt like they deserved it, honestly. And of course, St. Anthony's and Iona took care of business. Real quick on the Catholic League, Jared.
Yeah, big credit to Chaminade. I feel like this year there was pretty solid top five. So if you got stuck in that 4 or 5 matchup, really difficult. St. Anthony's and Cardinal Hayes were able to cruise. So Chaminade Farrell, really difficult. The Flyers also, I wouldn't say got screwed over, but it was definitely a little bit tough with PowerPoint. So they got the 5 seed, have to go on the road at night against Farrell. Really, really tough. But Chaminade's got an elite defense, man, and they showed it when it mattered most. So they were able to shut down Farrell. Big win for them. And then kind of like what we mentioned, Iona Prep had a bye, so they just moved on. And then St. Anthony's 50-14 wasn't really close. And then a big win for Cardinal Hayes, them taking care of business. And also, shout out Hayes JV in the championship.
Yeah, man. So Hayes, go get your lick back. Go get that win in Huntington. Y'all have done it before.
Yeah,
Go
it's
get
gonna be
that
a
win.
crazy game.
Yeah, go get that win, man. Y'all have done it before. So listen, we know why everybody's here, though. We are about to get into the picks. I know, Coach Mack. I know there was quite the situation this weekend. I know you wanted to have your piece on, what happened in Canarsie. So, why don't you take it away, Coach?
Yeah. So not going too deep into that situation. It would have been great to see Canarsie in the playoffs. Two things went against them. The canceled game versus McKee, that didn't get a chance to get played, so they missed out on PowerPoints. Nobody got the win. It wasn't even a forfeit. And then the situation that happened last Friday. Very unfortunate news of events, I guess. So the rule is once the sidelines are cleared, I think you have to forfeit your next game. It's a PSAL rule, I guess. So both teams had to forfeit the next game. Canarsie's next game would have been a playoff game. So I guess PSAL had a 3-way tie with Clinton, McKee, and Madison. And I was told they did a virtual coin toss. And that's how Clinton got in. Clinton got picked through a virtual coin toss. And that's how they were able to get the 8th seed. Crazy way to get in. And they got in with what I think 3 wins. Yeah. I mean, congrats to Clinton, for making it in this year. But super unfortunate for the Canarsie students and coaches.
Of course, we're all competitors here, so I don't think anyone was really happy to see, how it went down. Just a message to everyone, sports is definitely like a safe haven. But once you leave that safe haven, the consequences are more dire. You know what I'm saying? So discipline is the most important thing in sports and the most important thing in life. And unfortunately, it has consequences. Of course, we don't know the ins and outs of what happened. But consequences are consequences, unfortunately. And the PSL had to make the most with the situation. So it's unfortunate for Canarsie. We definitely believe that they're one of, the top teams in the league, but it's unfortunate for them. Jared, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's I think it's definitely really frustrating, especially without a doubt Canarsie they should be in these playoffs, and then unfortunately, those 2 games happened. Really feel for the kids. I mean, this year definitely want to give a shout out to just a couple of, like, their players, regardless, they didn't make the
Very good
playoffs,
call.
but let me tell you, Josiah Brown, Samaj Lowe, Christian King, all these kids that thankfully are going to be back for, more high school football, which is great. They made a name for themselves when they did get to play, and especially on a big stage too, like Sage standout game of the week against South Shore. That won't be taken away from them. So that is huge for them. Excited to see what these young guys have in store next season. And to those seniors who did graduate, wish you guys best of luck. And like I mentioned, definitely still some good moments from this season.
Yeah, so shout out to all of them, and especially I definitely have a soft spot for this group of Canarsie players because the first game of the week was in Canarsie and it was really set the tone. So definitely wanted to give us some time to shout out that group of kids because I'm sure they're not in the best of mood right now. So just want to send y'all some love. All right. So now for the disclaimer, there is no disclaimer. All gas, no brakes. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. No disclaimer. Y'all should know the vibes by now. This is the bracket for the 4A. We're gonna go through the 3A. We're gonna go through the 2A, and we'll briefly go through the 1A. But really, shout out to everyone who's been sharing this on social media. Huge shout out to my guy ETYJ Visuals. He is a very wanted man. I see that from the comments. Can y'all please give the videographers time to make the content? Give the videographers time to make the content, please. My guy E was holding down all of the youth people. I hit him up and asked him if we could, put this together for me. And, it looks great. It was shared by a ton of people today, over 1,000 people. I've never seen that, at least on something I've put together. So really awesome. Also, shout out to Football Hub. We have 2 of his pictures here. So huge shout out to everyone. So we're going, only place to start is with the 1 seed.
Damn, Andre, real quick, not to cut you off. 14 minutes in, we're already at 100, man.
Man.
Damn. That playoff talk. When you start talking that playoff talk, yeah.
No, listen. They're really just waiting to see, like, okay, Andre said this.
Right, yeah.
This, Max said this.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I see people in the chat already
Got
talking
Muncie.
hot.
Muncie's
Muncie in
here?
the chat.
All right, the show has
Yo,
officially
Muncie,
started.
yo, for real, Muncie, yo, salute to you, man. I know you got injured for the season. That's not any way someone wants to end their senior year, but shout out to you and all of Midwood. You guys have been huge supporters. So, Curtis versus Clinton. Mac, you want to take this one first?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be honest.
That's what we're here to do.
Coming into this season, I didn't think Curtis was gonna be like this. Wow. I mean, they're playing super high level football all across the board, offense, defense, special teams. They've done it without their key guy, Quadir Gomez, 44, number 44. I still can't get the kid's name.
That's Nicholas.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Mazakis?
Has it? Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh. What a dog, man. Like just coming right in and just like not missing a beat. Not missing a beat. Like we just said, I don't think it's too much debating for this game. Clinton got in by a virtual coin toss, and Curtis hasn't lost a game this season. Clinton should be fired up as much as they can. But yeah, I don't want it to say like it's one of those things where you should be happy you're even there. But in this case, man, you should be happy that you guys get an extra game in a season. For the kids, for the seniors, I mean, for all the kids on the team, that's one more game of film. And you're going against the best team in the PSAL right now. So, whatever you could put on film against these guys, it'll be good, man. But we pretty much know what the outcome is going to be in this game.
So I guess I'll go next on this game. So I will also pick Curtis over Clinton, and it doesn't matter how you got in, Ed. It doesn't matter how you got in, Clinton. You're in the playoffs, right? You're in the playoffs. You guys have quite a few players who can make some noise in Tyler Cabasa, in Pedro Pinero, and if I have to check it again, but the last time I checked, Pedro was leading the division in receptions. I haven't checked in a week or two, so I'm not sure if that's still true. But Pedro is definitely a very dangerous player. The issue in this matchup is going to be blocking up front. Horizon, we'll address that in a second. Is the blocking up front, because you got somebody on the screen here and Jared Sarate. We're going to talk about Curtis more because at least me and Mac have them in the semifinals, so we will talk about Curtis more. But shout out to Coach Leahy, Mac. I met Coach Leahy this weekend.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Leahy, man.
Yo, did you hear what I said? I met Coach Leahy this weekend at Eagle McKee game.
Oh,
yeah, it was hilarious.
That's my guy, man. That is my guy. That's my guy. A true Midwood guy. I know he's at McKee now. Coach Leahy's a true Midwood guy, man. Definitely.
Yeah, so I won't be too long on this. Yes, I do have Curtis Clinton. The two of us are picking against you, but please go out there, give it your all. There are aspects of Curtis's game that you can take advantage of. I just think that front seven is going to be a bit too much. So, Jared,
yeah.
could you go ahead, man?
Well, first off, I want to say like how crazy of like a week it was for both of these teams.
Seriously.
I mean, yeah, like we'll start off like Curtis. I, for one, like I wasn't on the podcast last week, but in my head, I'll say it off the record, I was thinking Tottenville was winning that game. And, Tyshawn Bent and Corey Brown both playing I was like, they're gonna have success on offense, but they just didn't. Jared Saric is just that good. That Curtis linebacking core was really good, and they showed that E-Hall game was no fluke. This perfect season they've put together has been special, and they deserve that top seed. So that was really, really impressive. And then you go on Clinton's side of things. Clinton, after losing to Madison, they have one last game with Midwood. It would legitimately, like, going into that Midwood game, that whole team had to think their season was over, right? Because Canarsie or Wagner, like, or honestly someone else probably was going to get that last playoff spot. Like, it would have literally taken a miracle, and Clinton just played the game how it's supposed to be played. Tyler Cabasa went absolutely crazy, and they won. They handled business, and then here we are. They win the virtual coin toss. So big credit to them for still playing that game hard against Midwood and winning. But now we look at these two. It's just a tough matchup for Clinton, especially when you look at what Curtis has done defensively. Um, it's going to be difficult when Clinton's faced better front sevens like South Shore. They had a hard time getting things going, especially on the ground, and I think it's going to be a lot of that. So we're going to take. I'm also going to take Curtis here, and I think they'll do it pretty handily.
So definitely just get into the chat with, what you guys think. I know I started the poll a little late, but get in with what you think. Have your voice be heard in the poll, Clinton or Curtis. And just wanted to address, I have to go back up from, real quick, Scoob from South Shore Jared is asking for promo video.
Hey man, we got South Shore Lincoln. That game is going to be really good. So I might be able to get one in there. I might be able.
Squeeze it into your schedule.
Yeah, I think I need to do a few promo videos. It is playoffs, so I think I gotta figure out a way to get
Semifinals in Long Island as well.
Yeah, so we got Long Island Public
Oh,
School,
wow.
we got county semifinals, and then Catholic League semis as well. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
So
to.
you're gonna be busy, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's gonna be really busy. This week's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
And
So
all of
real
November's
quick,
gonna be tough.
yeah, seriously, Jared is a wanted man. So yes, the way the playoff seedings work is each team has a strength of schedule rating. So if you make the playoffs, if you have a higher strength of schedule rating, you are automatically over the other teams with a lower strength of schedule. So South Shore had the second most power points, I think, but their strength of schedule was 11, where E-Hall, Tottenville, and Lincoln, they had a strength of schedule of 12, so they hopped over them. So that's why South Shore is the 5 seed. Real shout out to Ethan. I've seen Ethan quite a bit in the chat, saying C-Dub with the $2 donation.
Absolutely.
We will talk about Curtis a lot more later.
Dre, I have a question. How come people keep saying South Shore is a fraud in the chat? What is that about?
Oh, I see it. We will. We had a pre-production show. We had a pre-production show, and we ordered it the way we wanted to.
Yo,
So that's all I'm saying, Mac. I mean,
that's
we have to make
crazy.
an audible.
That's crazy, Dre. That playoff talk got people talking crazy. Frauds? Frauds is different. That's the first time it's the second person that said South Shore is a fraud. That's
yeah. There's some strong language by way. 137 people in the chat. This is definitely the most that we've had. So that's awesome. So okay, so I'm gonna end this poll. So we have it at. Why can't I see the results? Okay, 63 votes, 90% Curtis over Clinton. So there are still. You see, Clinton, you have some believers in the chat. So let me just get this next one ready. Second. All right. So the second poll is in the chat. Get involved. So we're going to 100 Luton Avenue, Tottenville versus Kennedy. Jared, how do you take this one?
Yeah, we'll go right to it. Man, for Tottenville, you know, after last week, I think they were honestly a little bit surprised with how it went. Not being able to score against Curtis at a high efficiency rate. So that was interesting. But the good news for them, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looked like Corey Brown and Tyshawn Bent both on the field and healthy. So. Oh
Hey,
man.
Scoob,
Okay.
I hear Cancun is nice this time of year. That's all I'm saying. Here
Yeah.
it's nice this time of year.
Crazy
But
school.
sorry to get cut off there. But anyways, no, so they're healthy, and honestly, I I think Tottenville they're gonna find a way to bounce back. After rewatching the JFK South Shore game, it definitely makes me a little bit nervous for JFK's defense, just because of how prolific this Tottenville offense can be and these amazing playmakers. I think Tottenville's gonna find a way here. I'm definitely going with the Pirates, but I will say JFK with what they can do scoring wise and how they run the ball could maybe make it interesting, but I'm pretty confident Tottenville's gonna roll here.
All right. So Jared picking Tottenville over JFK. So I'll go next on this one. Um, first of all, we don't know the health of Derek Betances.
Hmm.
If someone can, if
Yeah, that's
someone
big.
can drop that and let us know what the health of Derek Betances is, I definitely would like to know that. And to piggyback off of Jared's point, I don't think this is the worst matchup for JFK, actually. But what we saw in the South Shore game, and I understand that there's a lot going on behind the scenes, but the tackling was just not good enough. And we're talking about Tyshawn Bent and Corey
Yeah.
Brown. I do think there are ways that JFK can hurt Tottenville, especially if Mr. Betances is in the game. Getting to the outside, even though the linebackers for Tottenville are very athletic, I think that they can exploit a bit on the outside. Of course, Edward is tremendous. Number one, Edward Worko is tremendous running up the middle, and of course, my guy Jeremiah Sanat. I definitely rate him, but I am not bold enough to pick the freshman going in to 100 Luton Avenue for the first time, maybe in his life, and getting that W. So I will go T-Ville, but I think it'll be a high-scoring affair.
You think it's gonna be a high scoring game?
I do.
Oh, sure. Hey, what? All right. So
Remember the email we've gotten. We can't say certain stuff. All right, just
so
remember that, Mac.
I do want to. Yes, I do want to say that there was an email sent out. I don't think we can use the term BTA anymore. All right.
Yeah, that's that. Rest
Um,
in peace. To
yeah,
2024 to 2024.
that's over. Yeah, that's over. I think the city is about to start taking some action if they hear those words. I've heard kids say crazier things than BTA, but if that's where they want to draw the line at BTA, then hey, you got it. All right. So I won't be saying that. I will say at least JFK doesn't have to defend screen. We saw South Shore throw 20
Don't
screens.
process that for a minute.
All right. We saw South Shore throw 20 screens against JFK. Maybe 15 of them went for 30 plus more yards. We don't have to worry about that from Tottenville. That's a good thing. Yeah, we
Oh,
can't.
real quick. So sorry to interrupt you. E is saying that Betances did play last week, so
Oh, he
put
did.
that into consideration.
Yeah, no more. That's dead. I don't know, but yeah. So JFK doesn't have to cover screens this week, which is great. Can they stop the run game? That's concerning. I only seen JFK play once in person this year, and that was against South Shore. And I think South Shore may have ran the ball 5 times, maybe 4 times in the whole game. So can JFK stop the run? I don't know. I know they can't stop screens. And I've seen Tottenville play. They don't do too many screens. So it's either they're going down the field or they're going to run the ball against you. I think this game might be, whew, if the refs allow it,
Lord.
55-6.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Can I ask you a question, Mac?
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a lopsided victory. We all in the group chat watched the Tottenville Curtis game. Did they give you any sense of hesitancy when it came to how they defended the run on Saturday night, Tottenville?
Tottenville, Curtis is different. Curtis is different. It's hard to measure a team against Curtis. Curtis offensive line, oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're
Curtis
so tough. They're so tough,
Curtis got
man.
the best
We're gonna talk about them more.
Yeah, Curtis got the best offensive line in the city. So it's hard to gauge teams off of that. Tottenville, I think that Tottenville will go up early, and then I think JFK will be forced to pass the ball, and that's not their thing. And then when you get into that kind of situation, then the whole game plan gets fuzzy. Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see it turning out too well. Maybe 12, maybe 55-12.
All right, thank you, Mac.
Yeah, maybe 55.
All
But
right.
I definitely know Tottenville's upset from what happened last week. And they're probably going to take it out this week with JFK.
All right. So looking at the poll, I just closed it. It's taking. All right. So it is 91%. By the way, Randy, the letter was sent to everyone. 91% Tottenville over JFK. 86 votes. We have 148 people in here, so definitely everybody get into the next poll that I'm cooking up right now.
Somebody selected JFK?
8%.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
All right. So as I'm getting this next one ready.
I don't think Tottenville are frauds, Muncie. I think Tottenville plays high quality football. They that last game against Curtis, yeah, it was it is crazy. That last game against
All right.
Curtis is just good, man.
So we have the next chat up, the next poll up there for this game. Eagle Academy, first time in the top level playoffs, taking a trip to Sid Luckman Field to visit the 5-time reigning champions. Shout out to my guy Amir Moreau.
Do it.
All right, let's Mac, you take this one first.
You see, Dre, I gotta still protect some of my political connects. I'm gonna say that on air. I do have some political connects out there that I must protect.
So where don't you have political connects though?
In the Bronx.
You
In the
connected,
Bronx.
my guy.
Actually, no, I do have a political connect right now in the Bronx. Actually, maybe in Staten Island, I don't have any political connects. I can't offend. Yeah. I can't. I gotta take it easy. Sometimes I watch this podcast back, and I say some outrageous things. I'm for the community at the end of the day. And when I say outrageous things on here, some of my guys is like, yo, how could you say that about us? So I think this game will be a good game. Whoa.
There goes my background.
Yeah, let's get that straightened up. I think this game will be a good game. I think Eagle Academy has made a change. Not sure what kind of change it was, but they've made a change. The offense is, you know what I'm saying? The offense is clicking.
37 points in the last 2 games.
37 points.
Shout out to Coach Mincy.
37. Coach who?
Coach Mincy.
Coach Mincy. I mean, come on. Offense is clicking. You know what? This game is going to be a shootout. All right? This game is going to be a shootout. Final score. Final score, I want to say 44-28. Erasmus.
Jared?
44-28 Erasmus is the final score prediction you have? Okay.
Jared does not say it with your chest, Jared. You do not believe him.
Okay. So in this game, wow.
Nah, hold up. Time out 1 second. Nah. Listen. Some of y'all in the chat. Listen, I shout out to my guy 5-star because he's not hiding. But
wow.
I'm gonna forward that. Jared, go ahead. You do not believe Coach Mack.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know. The one thing I will say, you know what? We'll get into both teams real quick. Eagle, going into the last 2 weeks, I legitimately thought that there was a chance they would lose to New Utrecht or McKee. But then they impressed me, and they scored 37 points both games, and I was like, wow, okay, they are in the playoffs. They deserve to make the playoffs. It was impressive. E-Hall beating Lincoln. They obviously looked really good, So, but going into this game, man, I can promise you it will not be a shootout. Maybe one way it will be a shootout.
My son said I can promise.
I think this E-Hall defense they're really good. I know we're saying Curtis is the best defense in the PSAL. E-Hall is still right there. I think they're gonna shut down Eagle. They're gonna win. And listen, I think Eagle and what their coaches have done and what their players have done the last few weeks is outstanding, and they deserve to make the playoffs. And man, this program is gonna be really, really good. But I'm going E-Hall pretty convincingly. But sorry, these comments are crazy. But yeah, Erasmus Hall.
Nah, so Jared picks E-Hall. So listen, man, when it comes to Eagle Academy. Say it again?
What was Jared's final score?
I didn't give a final score, but I think Eagle's gonna score points, but I don't think
more than 12 though, right?
I think they can get to like 13 or 14.
Okay.
So I think they can go over 12 points, but I don't know in the first half, man. I mean, listen, it's also Sid Luckman Field playoff game. It's tough, it's really tough. And you're looking at E-Hall, who just put up. How badly did they beat Wagner the other week? 60-0, right?
Is it 60? I think it was 59.
Oh, 59. Sorry. So I'm gonna go.
Listen, this isn't the same Eagle that played Wagner.
I know.
This isn't the same Eagle, right, Dre?
It's not.
It's not the same team. No, I wouldn't say it's the same team.
Though.
It's the same Eagle, though. It's the same Eagle. Oh man.
No, that's valid. Yeah. All right. So of course, when it comes to me, and And when it comes to picking, obviously, there's no secret. Like my relationship with Eagle Academy, been with them for a long time, and I've been thinking about how to explain this to the entire Eagle Academy staff. I'm sure a lot of guys are watching and everything like that. You don't get picked from, you don't get a pick from political connections or anything like that. We're picking these games off of a body of work.
Hold on.
Doesn't matter though, baby. We're going Eagle with the upset. What
Upset.
are we saying, man? We're going Eagle with the upset.
It's the upset.
Yes, sir. Everybody in the chat, we're going Eagle with
final
the
score.
upset.
Final score with the upset.
What'd you say?
What's your final score with the upset?
The final score, we're talking about a sloppy game, ugly football. We're talking 14-7 Eagle Academy, 3 fumbles from each team. Eagle squeak it out.
Yes. That's a defensive game, Dre. I see where your head is at. Pause. That's a defensive game. I didn't have it going that way. I had more of the high scoring, but you might be right. Erasmus's offense has been, you know what I'm saying? Hasn't been all of that. Eagles been clicking. Yeah. So, nah. Yeah.
Y'all look hilarious in the chat. But
yeah.
I literally can't even click on the ones I want to bring on screen.
Nah.
It's moving too fast.
Dre, you was on to something. This is a game I'm definitely because I'm gonna go to. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna go to the Lincoln South Shore game. And I will be. It's a crazy bad. Crazy bad.
Yeah, we gotta be quick because it's hot as hell in my apartment. So we gotta be quick. We need to take this thing off.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, back. What are you saying?
I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna go to the South Shore Lincoln game, but I will be tuned in to this on the stream 1,000%, man. I think this is gonna be a game. Shoot, even Bama lose, Georgia just lost. So anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Yo, listen, man. There's a first time for everything. Everything's got to come to an end at some point. Why not Eagle Academy making the big upset? Why not Eagle Academy?
I can't wait until Lincoln sees this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Yeah.
Listen, man, we having some fun, baby. We having some fun.
Step up.
All right.
This is the week.
All right. So let's see. Let me see. Yo, the chat. Yo, I wish you guys could see how fast the chat's moving. Wow. So look at that. E-Hall, 85%. So 15% Eagle. 15%. So I'm not alone.
Solid.
Are there a lot of Eagle kids in the chat? Maybe.
Maybe a few.
Oh, man. So 171 people in here. Freaking awesome. We're having a lot of fun tonight, man, for real. So all right, let me take the hoodie off because there's some serious business to get to.
An Eagle tracksuit.
There's some serious y'all in the chat. That was worth it just for the jokes in the chat, yo. Y'all are hilarious, son. Yo, we got some business to get to, man.
Man.
Everybody.
Damn.
Everybody buckle in.
All right.
Buckle in.
Yeah.
Undefeated in the PSAL South Shore, going to Abraham Lincoln.
Damn.
I'm
Damn.
gonna throw this one in the air, man. Who wants this one?
Oh, political ties, man. Uh, I, damn. Damn. And I don't want to go first, but I do
I
want
can
to.
take it. Yeah, I can take it.
Yeah, Jared, you can go first. I do
Yeah,
want to say.
I'll take it. This one's interesting. This is the one everyone's got circled by far the best game in the first round of the PSAL playoffs. Man, oh
Sorry.
man. Yeah, best game of the week is gonna be crazy. I first want to say though, I can like, why is the game at Saturday at 12 p.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some kind of weird schedule and stuff. Yeah.
I don't know. I genuinely think I'm not saying this is gonna sway my pick, but I think it genuinely hurts Lincoln that it's not Friday Night Lights. Anyways, so let's get into it. Man, Lincoln played a pretty good first half against E-Hall. Game didn't go their way. Corey and Solomon, though, man, this offense is really really good, and it's gonna be tough. The thing is with South Shore, it always comes back to the same old argument: is they haven't proven it against a really really good team yet, and now you get it within Lincoln, who has the great coaching, the great program, the experience, all these amazing players, and it's tough. It's tough. Like there's an opportunity where Kyan and Cody and Solomon can all eat. Like there is a world where Lincoln scores a lot of points in this game. But then you go to the flip side and there's really a big chance South Shore does the same exact thing with all these playmakers with Perkins, Antoine, Schulters, Nick Cyrus. But I will say Cyrus has been finding a groove. I think this one's close, but I'm not totally sold that Lincoln can stop South Shore. I'm going with the
Wow.
Vikings in a up. I'm call also sorry South Shore, but this is a big upset to me if you guys beat Lincoln, and I'm picking you guys. So I think the Vikings take down a powerhouse, and they beat Lincoln, and it's yeah, the run continues.
All right, so I know Coach agrees in the chat. Please shake with Jared. I know you were looking for him last week. He picked your team this week. All right, so
Did, which
easy on my
sometimes isn't
guy,
always a
Jared.
good thing, but I
um,
did pick South Shore. Yeah, I like them here. I think this is the game Nick Cyrus shows who he is.
yeah, so I'll take this one next. I feel like we should let Mac anchor this one. I had to cheat last night. I had to call Coach Mac, man. I had to call Coach Mac because even to me sitting in this chair, I have gone back and forth on who I'm picking for this game.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I came on here last week and I said I'm liking where Lincoln's defense is going. I was really impressed with them in the Curtis game, and I felt like the Tottenville game was a bit of a surprise for them. First play of the game, it was a Tyshawn Bent touchdown, and they just were kind of always behind the eight ball. And then the E-Hall game happened. Um, the problem and the reason why I am going with South Shore, it's truly because I can't trust my pick to Lincoln at this point. And I promise you, I was literally about to go with Lincoln just now. I was about to flip flop, but I just can't because, like I said before, in all seriousness, this time, we really make these picks based off of a body of work. Now, the two people on this screen, definitely, in my opinion, two of the best players in the entire PSAL. How are they going to stop Solomon? How are you going to stop Nick Cyrus and Tajay Schulters and Rich Perkins Jr.? I can't wait for this matchup, especially between the quarterbacks, Corey Reese Jr. and Nick Cyrus. And, you definitely have to take into consideration that, yes, South Shore hasn't played the top competition, but if you just use your eyes, you could see how talented this team truly is. And like I said, with the amount of turnovers that Lincoln has had, I've come on here and I've asked Lincoln to clean up the play. Because word to Mac, I'm not sure if Jared knows, but word to Mac, for quite a few weeks, I was prepared to come in here and have Lincoln winning the championship. Am I lying, Mac?
Telling the truth, man.
And Mac would call me out in front of 150 people if I was lying on him. I came in here and I was like, yo, I really like what I saw in the Tottenville game. Tottenville could not stop them. Their defense really played tough against Curtis. But those mistakes, those holding penalties, those turnovers, it was there in those two games. And then there were more turnovers in the E-Hall game. So I can't put my pick in Lincoln. I'm going South Shore. Mac, take it away.
Before Mac goes, sorry, someone said you can't stop 88, and that's going to be a big one in this game if South Shore can stop Solomon.
Listen, all of this, we know that we are in all of the W cams and they're printing it out and putting it in the locker room. So hello, every locker room who's listening to us or whatever.
Yeah.
Listen, you take this and it's fuel to the fire. Because who are we all rooting for? We're all rooting for the PSAL, right? So Mac, take it away, man. I got full screen your man. So you got the sideways hat, man.
Yeah, man. Damn. I just want to put it out there. I feel like the South Shore coaching staff and the kids think that I've been rooting against them this season. I feel like I predicted that South Shore was going to beat JFK in a close game. Granted, it was, what do we say, HNF now? Hands and feet. Granted, it was
hands and feet.
But I still picked them to win. I still picked South Shore to win. It's crazy that that this game is lined up.
Only because it was a request. Only because it was a request.
No, so listen. All right, so listen. I'm gonna be Let me explain myself first. South Shore has better athletes. All right? I think we all agree on that? South Shore has better athletes.
Before you continue, hands and feet belongs to the Two Clap Report NYC prospects. Do not steal that from them. We're not doing that. I see a lot of people saying hands and feet. NYC prospects started that.
Oh, really?
They're replacing BTA. So sorry to interrupt you.
I think South Shore has better athletes. I think Lincoln has better student athletes in the trenches. I think that's fair to say. I think everybody on both sides could agree. Last week, I think Lincoln's starting running back may have gotten hurt.
Cayenne. Mm-hmm.
I think that plays a huge factor in this game if he doesn't play. I think the first half of last week, Lincoln played a great defensive half. Second half was a little shaky. I think South Shore can score. I think South Shore can score. Listen, I love both the student athletes on both sides. You know,
Here
I
it
love both
comes.
the kids.
Here
You
we go.
know, this is a hard one to pick. I was let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let me be completely honest. I was hoping Canarsie got in. I was hoping South Shore was going to play Tottenville. It would have been a much easier decision for me. I didn't want to come on here and talk about this game. Dre called me yesterday, said he didn't know who to pick. I'm sitting to myself because I didn't know who I was picking. I still don't know who I'm picking.
It's a hard one. Yo, Mac, let me make your life even harder. Right now, the poll with 113 votes is only 52% South Shore.
Oh, it's damn near 50-50, 52-48 right now.
It was literally 50-50 for quite a bit.
Yo, to be completely honest, I have a question. Can playoff games end in a tie?
They can't end in a tie, and you got to pick one on the New York Football Talk show, my guy. Can't sit on the fence.
This is bad, man.
Yeah, we might need this on a shirt too.
This is bad, man. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. I got man, Nick Cyrus looked good against Kennedy, man. He was throwing the ball over the field. Perkins taking screens, 60 yards. All right, man. Damn.
Yeah, I didn't know this was gonna hurt you so bad,
This
man.
hurts, man. This hurts. One of the Lincoln kids just put in the stat in the chat. He said that Lincoln hasn't lost a home playoff game since 2007. So with that being said, I got the score 22-20 South Shore.
South Shore, did we set y'all up? Did we set up South Shore?
I didn't expect the sweep.
Did we set up South Shore? Because those boys in Canarsie, excuse me, those boys in Coney Island are going to be fired up.
I just offended a lot of my political connects, Dre. Yeah. Wow, man. That may have hurt me down the road.
Hey, listen, man, it's like I said, I was ready to come in here and pick Lincoln to go to the championship. So, I saw Coach. Like I said, we might have just gave y'all the kiss of death. I don't know. Hopefully not. But this game is literally a toss-up. Now, regardless of what we're picking, I still believe South Shore going to Coney Island and winning is an upset. Can we say that?
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
I believe it's an upset,
upset,
right, Mac? Would you say that?
Yeah, it's an upset, definitely. I think South Shore are the underdogs in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lincoln is
No, without a question.
If there was a spread, man, I can't believe I just picked South Shore, man. I just thought about something. Yeah, that's crazy. If there was a spread, I think the spread would be like 6.5.
Oh no, not 6.5. We're talking 1.5, 3.5. 6.5 is like Jared, when you say like 6.5 is like
Yo, Sean is funny, man. Yo, Sean is funny, man. Sean is funny. Yeah, I think they're the favorite, man. They're a favorite.
yeah, listen, man. We knew what we were signing up for. We knew what we were signing up for here. So
Funny.
so those are the picks for the first round. And we did have a vote. Oh, first of all, let me close the so Mac is very
Caleb.
convincing. It
Hey,
did get up to
Red Zone
53%.
Caleb in here, man.
Say it again.
Nah, Caleb from Prep Red Zone is in
Yeah,
here.
I was gonna say shout out Caleb, man.
Yeah.
In the chat.
Yo, that's my guy. Shout out to him, man, for real. So I asked in the chat and on Instagram, do we want to go week by week? Y'all said no. Make your picks and stand on it.
Oh,
So we are gonna start on the opposite, especially since we just spoke about South Shore and Lincoln for so long.
Yeah.
Let's start on the opposite side of the bracket. And I'll go first. Because in my bracket, in my March Madness, in my November Madness, this game is Tottenville versus Eagle Academy on 100 Luton Avenue. I got Tottenville, right? I got Tottenville. Okay. Listen, man. When I analyze the two of these teams, I don't think Tottenville is the best matchup for Eagle Academy. Too many players who can hit home runs. And in all seriousness, that's why I do give Eagle a real serious chance against E-Hall. E-Hall, of course, they do have. Oh, I have to say over Eagle Academy. Sorry, give me a second. Give me 1 second over Eagle. So yeah, so one of my finalists for this year is Tottenville. I definitely think Tottenville has a lot of issues, and I think they showed their issues this week up against. Oh, hold on. Salute, coach. Good luck today. I didn't read the second half of that. I didn't read the second half of that, but that's funny. Salute, coach. Yo, best of luck. Best of luck to you guys, man. Best of luck to you guys. Um, so yes, I'm going Tottenville over Eagle in the semifinals. I think Tottenville will have a lot of issues. I'm not sure what's happening at quarterback. I don't know if you saw Jared, but there were.
Dre, I think it's actually. I have to double check just because there hasn't been a big upset like this in a while. I think it might be a reseeding because I know that's how they do it on Long Island. Like I think if Eagle pulls off the upset, they actually have to go against Curtis because they're the lowest seed.
Could someone let me know that? Do they have to reseed in I thought they didn't reseed. Oh, some people are telling me that. Okay.
I saw it in the chat that they might have to reseed. Mac might be more of the guy for this question, but
Okay.
so we could double check.
That's interesting. I guess there hasn't been an upset in. When was the last time it was an upset in the PSAL?
Yeah, like a 7/2, which would like get the reseat, like a serious reseeding. Like I don't know. Oh, so now I'm saying no reseeding.
Okay, so yes, Eagle go to Staten Island and lose. Yeah, if they go to Tottenville or they go to or if they go to Tottenville or if they go to Curtis, I do think that those Staten Island teams have too much. So Jared, while we not stall, but I'll let you have the first crack at
definitely
Tottenville versus E-Hall, the rematch this time in Sid Luckman.
Man, wow, it would be in Sid Luckman. Yeah, that's crazy. But I think it'd be a really interesting game. I think that's definitely going to be the semifinals. And for Tottenville to go into Brooklyn and beat E Hall, it's gonna be difficult. I know, like I think their running backs might be kind of banged up. Seville didn't look how they're supposed to offensively. That definitely scares me a little bit. I'm going Erasmus Hall in the semifinals. I think E Hall they're really going to get it together in the playoffs. That's what Coach Danny does. That's what the Dutchmen do, and yeah, I like E Hall over Tottenville there. So
So
E Hall dancing to the championship,
Yeah.
and
And then
then South Shore Curtis is the other semifinal. This one, man, it was a fun ride, South Shore, but you're gonna meet Curtis, and it's the Warriors. They're gonna win that game. So I think they meet in the semifinals. It's gonna be really good. I think the front seven for Curtis is just that talented and that scary. And then I think they have a lot of success running the football, and especially even now with Caratelli back at the QB spot. He's getting back in his groove. I think Curtis beats South Shore. I think the Vikings will make it interesting, and I think they're going to score in a couple big plays. But Curtis, I think I'll take them confidently. And then Curtis, E Hall.
wait, hold
Man,
on.
this
Don't do
is
the championship yet. Don't do the championship. Don't do the championship.
okay.
Let's
Okay.
let Matt get in here.
Awesome.
So Jared's picks are I guess I didn't even do my second half of the bracket. I only did one half of the bracket. But so Mac, does the PSAL reseed? Do you know?
Yeah,
Yes?
yeah. The highest seed always.
Okay. So in my scenario,
I'm,
yes, so Curtis would play against Eagle Academy, and I'm picking Curtis in that game. And then it would be Tottenville versus South Shore
Well,
for me. And I am picking Tottenville in that game over South Shore. I think the biggest concern for South Shore is still their run defense up the middle. And I feel like this team, you got to stand on that. You got to
he's
stand on
talking.
that, Monty.
No, I'm
um,
seeing something else right now. Bro.
would you like to? Did you say that
I said
confidently, Jared?
Curtis. Yeah, I'm confident if the semifinal matchup is Curtis and South Shore. I'm standing on it. I'm confident that Curtis will take down South Shore in a pretty convincing fashion. I think the Vikings, they make it a little bit interesting. They get some good plays, and they show why they had such a great season. But they're not going to Staten Island and taking down this Warriors team and scoring on this Curtis defense at a high rate. I like Curtis over South Shore.
Yeah, and just like I'm saying, like I'm also
I can't wait. I can't wait to get.
I
We'll
can't
see.
can't
We'll
wait to
see.
see it, man.
Jerry and Jared.
It was a moment. It was a moment, Caleb. It was a moment, I think.
Oh, Caleb, you got to
Uh,
go back and see it.
Jerry and Jared. I just want you guys to know that I received a phone call from one of my political ties in Coney Island, and
hold on.
no, it's nothing too serious. I just want to say that from here on, I'm no longer talking on the South Shore an Eagle game. I was just offered a sideline pass by someone in Coney Island. uh, so I will be on the sideline. I just want to see a great game.
Which sideline though? Which sideline?
Just want to see a great game. Tons of athletes on both sides. Kids on Lincoln. I've had in my program since like the 8th grade. They're now seniors. Schultz, Tajay Schultz, Daniel Germain, Jaden Barrett played in the Rising Stars role. Phenomenal kids. Great coaching staff on both sides. Just want to see a great game. I just want to put that out there before we move forward.
Yo, everything okay? Like I can pull up if I know you live in Jersey. Like
everything is.
There's nobody threatening you. You good?
Yeah, everything is fine, man. Everything. I just got a phone. I had to take that phone call. Everything is fine. Salute to both teams. Salute to both kids on both sides. Both coaching staffs. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great game.
So again, sorry that I'm taking a little long in this, but yes, in my scenario, Tottenville versus South Shore, I'm picking Tottenville because I still need to see the run defense, especially up the middle for South Shore, and I feel like that Tottenville can really exploit that. So Mac, your scenario, you have South Shore playing Curtis. You want to do that game or the other side of bracket first?
Let's do the other side of the bracket first.
Okay, I'll let you collect yourself.
Let's do the other side of the bracket first. All right.
Yeah. So we have in your scenario E-Hall versus Tottenville.
Yes. All right, cool. Now we're back on now we're back on the right track. Yeah, we got E-Hall versus Tottenville. Episode 1 of this podcast, I made a statement and I said whoever wins in the regular season game loses in the postseason. So you take that how you want. Hello, we still here?
Yeah, we're still here, right? Yeah,
I
dropped out for a minute. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So yeah, we had Tottenville and Erasmus.
Listen, I could drive to Jersey. It might take me like an hour and 20, but I'll be there, back.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, these people are funny, man. Yeah, so we got E-Hall and Tottenville in the semis, and then on the other side we have Curtis and
South Shore.
And South. Are we going to the next round?
Wait, yeah. You didn't pick? Did you pick? So you're picking T-Ville over E-Hall, right?
Picking Tottenville over E-Hall, and I got Curtis going to the championship. I got a state championship, Curtis versus Tottenville.
What do you see in that Curtis South Shore matchup?
The Curtis South Shore matchup. Honestly, I think, listen, like I said, South Shore is good. I think Curtis is the best team in the city right now on both sides of the ball. Both sides of the ball, Curtis is just super phenomenal, man. Up front, they have the best offensive line, probably the best defensive line in the city. E-Hall's playing a coach too. Yeah, I think Curtis takes care of business. If it's for South Shore to go from the 2A to the 4A and potentially make it this far, I mean that says a lot. It says a lot within a year. But I think this is Curtis's year.
All right, so I'm hearing you say this is Curtis's year. So now we're in the championship. My championship is Curtis versus Tottenville.
Mm-hmm.
So is Max. And Jared's championship is Curtis versus E-Hall.
Mm.
So let's let Jared go first. Curtis, and give me a second, Jared, before you start. I'm trying to be a little better with the captions. I think it's gonna be easier for people to rewatch and follow what we're talking about. So I'm gonna say Jared's chip, Curtis versus E Hall. Jared, take it away.
Man, this guy's interesting. I do want to say I think the preview, and even if I guess if we're picking, we're standing on it. I just think once these two teams go to the championship, I'm confident they're going to meet. I think the look of it is definitely going to be a little bit different. At least like as both teams are going to look really, really good in the quarters and semis, so I think it'll be a little bit different. But I'm thinking, man, it's really tough to bet against Erasmus Hall, but I'm going to. I just think this is the year for Curtis. I'm taking them in this championship. I think they complete this magical season where they go on the road to E Hall and win. They handle Tottenville. I think they go into these playoffs, beat South Shore, and then take down Erasmus Hall in the championship. I really
Wow.
like Curtis this season, especially and mainly because of this defense. And then, of course, their offense has proven to be balanced and have enough weapons to get it done. And especially the big guys up front. I think, all in all, this one of the most complete Curtis teams I've seen in a while. And yeah, I'm going to take them in a really close game over Erasmus Hall. That champion, oh, I think it's going to be really close, though. But I think the there's no phase six completed for E Hall. I like Curtis.
So, Jared, let me ask you a question about this matchup, right? Because, we all watched the, first matchup, and you could damn near flip a coin, right? Like if they played
Yeah,
that game 10 times, it's probably 5 for Curtis, 5 for E Hall. And I really do think that it's going to be really, really hard to beat an Erasmus Hall team, especially on that stage, who which they own
yeah.
twice in 1 year. So what would you say is like the edge for Curtis in being able to do it twice?
I'm gonna be honest. As of right now, and this is why I think the preview will end up being a little bit different. Like, we'll see how E Hall does in their first two games.
Yeah.
I'm not sold that Erasmus Hall scores against Curtis. I'm
Mm.
not. And listen, Amir's gonna have a big game, but up front, it's just, man, this D line and these linebackers. I really think that they're that good. I mean, I saw a post today, like best linebacker core in New York, and it was a photo of a
They
bunch of
are.
Curtis
They're
guys.
tremendous.
And I was looking at it, and I was like, man, like they do make an argument. I mean, like they are loaded, and this is what they've been building for. So I just think this is their year, and they take down Ehol. But I think Erasmus Hall is going to make it really close. And yeah, I also want to see how Amora looks in the playoffs for Ehol. I heard he didn't play last game against Lincoln, so I want to see how he's feeling, how he's doing, because he honestly could be a difference maker and prove me wrong. And same with a couple other Ehol skill guys, because offensively for Erasmus Hall, if you want to beat this Curtis team and this amazing defense, a couple of those studs are just gonna have to make some big time plays and some big time moments.
Yeah. I'll go next. My championship. Let me throw my championship up. So my championship is Curtis versus T-ville, and I'll just put it on the screen right now. I am picking Curtis over Tottenville for the championship. Um, if if we're not including anything in the playoffs for the player of the year, I've been saying this ever since that Curtis Ehall game, that I really think that Jared Surratt really might be the player of the year in the PSAL, especially in such a defensive league that it's been this year. Um, you know, 10-7 Curtis over E Hall. Even Tottenville E Hall was such a close game. And when was the last time? Obviously, E Hall has been undefeated for 5 years, but when was the last time a team beat Tottenville, Lincoln, and E Hall in the same year? And I guess it was literally Curtis, I guess, when they were undefeated. And I just want to read off some stuff for you guys last year. First of all, when I went to the Curtis more Catholic game the first week of the season, and I really, 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 really was not impressed from Curtis. I thought they were going to have a long season,
I remember you
especially
saying
coming
that.
off of a 3-loss year. I want to read off the top games, the big games for Curtis last year compared to this year. So last year, 47-40 win over Lincoln. 41-18 loss to Tottenville. 40-13, excuse me, 40-13 loss to E Hall. And then in the semifinals, 43-12 loss to E Hall. I mean, those are big numbers. 41, 40, and 43. And now we fast forward 1 year, 13-8 over Lincoln, 24-7 over Tottenville, and of course 10-7 over E Hall. I mean, we're talking an almost 60-point flip from year to year. Hold on a second. All right. Listen, we can all have our opinions, but we're not coming here to single out any players. So please be careful with how you address the young athletes. Um, so yeah, I mean Coach Gambarella, you got to give him all the love in the world for being able to turn this around. Of course, you graduate players and you get new players in the team, but this defense is serious, and they have some of the best linebackers maybe in the entire city. And um, I didn't like what I saw in that Tottenville game. I can't lie. Um, I felt like if that game's played 10 times, I think Tottenville is losing 8, honestly. That looked like the difference. And of course, Corey Brown and Tyshawn Ben are some of the best players in this league. And, Nick Constantino, one of the best up and coming players. But, that was a very decisive victory for Curtis. And I do think that the championship game will be closer, but I'm picking Curtis.
Yeah.
So, Mac, your championship is Curtis versus E Hall.
No.
No, excuse me. My fault. Your championship is also Curtis and Tottenville. Take it away.
Yeah, I got Curtis and Tottenville. Honestly, after they played that last game, I expected more from Tottenville. They really couldn't get going. Tottenville really couldn't get going the way I expected. And like I said, man, Curtis played without Quadir Gomez. 44 came in and, did his thing. They pretty much Jared Surratt, man, he's not getting enough recognition. I feel like he's probably the best defensive lineman in the city, in my opinion. Super solid. I think Tottenville's offensive line is really good, and he had a hell of a game against them. So I definitely think Curtis is gonna. It's gonna be a closer game than it was last weekend. I think Curtis is definitely gonna come out on top this year.
Okay. Curtis over Teville. So we're all picking Curtis. So let's get ready for Clinton to bounce him in the first round. Because we all
Yeah.
picked Curtis in the championship game. Um, Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be tough for Curtis. This is not gonna be a cakewalk. But I saw an interesting somebody shared it on Instagram saying the last time, Curtis was undefeated, they also were able to finish the job. So let's see if they can finish the job. So obviously the New York Football Talk staff, we have put our cards on the table. That's what we're here to do. So shout out to Mac and Jared. We put a lot of our political relationships on the line tonight.
Man.
Especially Mac.
I'm sure I'm gonna be freaking in some kind of video somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll be in some kind of video somewhere. So, and for everybody, this is what this is for. If we can give you 2% extra of motivation, take it and run with it. I don't listen. You guys can cut me up, put me in a meme or whatever you want to do. If this means we get better football, more competitive football, we'll take it. So I picked Eagle over E-Hall. E-Hall troll me, go out there and do what you got to do. Eagle Academy, Jared and Coach Max said it was going to be a lopsided victory. Go out there and put in your best effort. Of course, this is all, it's a lot of fun here, man. This was really fun. And we've had over 120 people here the whole time. And Hector, it is time for 3A talk, and I appreciate my APR guys not ducking the smoke. I appreciate y'all, man, because I know y'all took a hard loss this week. So we don't have any special graphic for the 3A. And by the way, I just want to address that as well. The only reason why I didn't put a graphic together is because I don't have the assets. I only went to APR JFK and I have pictures of Lehman. I don't have any pictures of Fordham. I don't have any pictures of Tech. So I didn't want to give you guys like a half done graphic. So hopefully if you guys, can support Sage Media, we can grow so we can be at more 3A games next year. But for now, we have to, we only have the capacity to really cover one league in the full capacity. But we've been talking about this playoff bracket all year long on how excited we are for it. I'm going to share my screen. All right, this is really funny. I can't lie. That was really funny. Let me get this ready. I'll share my screen. Okay. So we're looking at the 3A brackets. So of course, in this last week, let me know if I have to zoom. Should I zoom in a little more? Looks like I need to zoom in a little bit now. I'll probably zoom in because we'll talk about one game at a time. So first of all, let's just look at this bracket because in this last week, we had Fort Ham going against Franklin K. Lane, and we also had APR going against Brooklyn Tech. Essentially, these were two games for the 1 and the 2 seed in the 3A. Fort Hamilton able to pull off the win, a very close win over Lane. And then we had APR falling short to Brooklyn Tech, just short to Brooklyn Tech, was down 21-0 and came all the way back, but just couldn't get it done. APR guys was there like a failed 2-point conversion or something like that? Let me know. I'm curious to see how that game went. But let's talk about the first game. And it's Fort Ham versus John Jay. Mac, you want to take this one?
Salute to both teams, man. John Jay, this is their first year back with a program in a little while. I want to say in maybe 10 years, something like that. I don't know. Illegal formation.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That's crazy. Wow.
So for John Jay to be back year one and playing in the 3A, that's dope, man. Yeah, just not right now. Not right now. It's not their time right now. Fordham is definitely gonna take care of business. Take care of business in this first round.
Jared?
Yeah, I have to agree. Fort Hamilton, they looked really good last week, and I don't see them having trouble here. I'll take Fort Ham.
Did this matchup happen I don't think this matchup would have happened, right? Because
Yeah, I don't think John Jay played Fordham in the regular season. I'm gonna double check that. I don't think so, though.
yeah, I'm gonna double check.
They didn't.
They didn't,
They
right?
didn't? Okay. But regardless, I would pick Fort Hamilton. I think Fort Hamilton more than deserve to be the number one seed in this 3A. I think it worked out for them. I understand APR did narrowly beat them in overtime. But that second half, like if we go from the second half of that APR Fort Ham game on, Fort Ham has been absolutely excellent. Harold Marshall III. Listen, I think that the player of the year is kind of sewed up in this division. I don't see how you don't pick Travis Gamble, honestly. But Aiden Farley and especially Harold Marshall III have that. It's a close second for sure. Um, so yeah, I'm picking Fordham big in this one. So let's go down to the 2 seed, which is Brooklyn Tech and WC Bryant. Jared?
Yeah, shout out to William C. Bryant for making the playoffs, man. Great
Yeah,
for
it was. I
them.
think it was
That's
down to them in. Was it down for them in Stuyvesant? Yeah, I
I
think it was down to
think
them in Stuyvesant.
it's
No,
interesting because I think Bryant, if I'm not mistaken, last season they were, I think they were in the 1A. So
wow.
they jumped up to the 3A and made the playoffs. So that was impressive, and yeah, they got a big win over Columbus, and I think they captured some other victories. Yeah, they beat Flushing, and yeah, so big for them. But this is a tough one, going against a Brooklyn Tech team that's on a mission, a team that has surprised a lot. And yeah, I think it was a good run for Bryant, but I don't think they're beating Brooklyn Tech, especially with how hot they are right now.
So I'm looking at the standings, and 3 teams had the exact same power points. John Jay and the exact same record and the exact same strength of schedule. John J. Stuyvesant and William C. Bryant were all 4-4 with a strength of schedule rating of a 9 with 479 power points. So did William C. Bryant play Stuyvesant the last week of the season? No, Stuyvesant even beat William C. Bryant.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, I might kind of feel heartfelt if I'm Stuyvesant not to be in the playoffs. I don't understand how they picked them. But regardless, I'm taking Brooklyn Tech. I'm taking Brooklyn
Yeah.
Tech. Team is too good, too talented. The defense. I've been talking about this Brooklyn Tech defense this whole time. I'm taking Brooklyn Tech.
Yeah,
Max.
I got hands and feet going on here with
Ooh,
Tech. Yeah, with Tech.
another coin toss. Oh,
Oh, he did it again.
God.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I got Tech hands and feet getting it done with Bryant. I saw Tech on the stream versus APR last week, man. Tech looked good, especially in the first half. Tech looked really good. I was shocked. That's my first time seeing Tech play. I was shocked to see them flying around to the ball, man. That's amazing to see. So yeah, I definitely got Tech taking care of business here.
Yeah, I haven't been able to watch Brooklyn Tech. Is that stream rewatchable? Do
You
you
know
know
what?
that?
I don't know. It was on some weird platform. It wasn't even like YouTube. I think it was like from like a little camera that was like live. I don't. Yeah, it was weird.
Okay. Okay, I haven't been able to lay eyes on Brooklyn Tech yet. By the way, shout out, we still have 116 people in to talk about the 3A, man. That's freaking love, man. Now, are you oh, okay, sorry. I got tripped up. Okay. The 4-5 matchup is very interesting.
Yeah.
Franklin K. Lane versus Truman, an undefeated Truman team coming off of a huge win in the King of the North game over Lehman, earning that 5 seed. Jared, how do you pick this one, man?
This one's interesting. I mean, they beat Lehman by 28, which,
Whoa.
according to the PSAL website, they beat them 48-20.
Cool.
Oh.
Truman beat Lehman 48-20 last week. And I'm looking at it. Truman underratedly has just blown out everybody except for boys and girls. Like boys and girls played them to a one possession game, but outside of that, like they have won every single, league game in the PSAL by at least 20.
Wow.
So they're just
But
they're the South Shore of this league. Like they're literally South Shore.
yeah, I was gonna say, but like because of their strength of schedule, they're only their toughest two games were boys and girls, which honestly was supposed to even be a little bit tougher than what it was. And then Lehman, and they showed up. They won both games. Lehman was really, really impressive. So that makes it interesting. But at the end of the day, I think it's still a different level of football though. With the top tier of the 3A that played that strength of schedule compared to the bottom tier, and yeah, I think it's interesting. Like I think Truman is gonna show flashes, but Lane last week they ran wild. I know they lost to Fort Hamilton, but it was impressive offensively for them with Cleo and Jeremiah and what they were doing there. So and I think that running game is really good. I think DeVay Saunders and Truman's running game is really good. But I know Lane's defense has proven to be able to stop the run before and that they can hold their own. And yeah, I like Lane. I'm going Lane here just because I do like their defense a lot and they're way more battle tested than Truman. So I'm gonna take Franklin K. Lane.
Yeah, I'll take Lane as well, but I am super impressed with Truman. Um, especially beating and that kind of game against your top rivals in Lehman and to handle them like that is so
Yeah.
impressive. But Lane has just been, I mean, they were just a couple of plays away from being a 1 or 2 seed in this league. I mean, 36-28, they lost to Fort Ham. So I rate Lane very highly. They have a lot of athletes on that team, so I'm going with Lane. Max?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go with Lane too. I don't think Truman played anybody. Um, anybody that the other teams have been playing besides boys and girls. We saw how the boys and girls game went. Very close game. I feel like Lane has been battle tested already this season. Um, yeah, I think they're going to take care of business, man. It's going to be the first time Truman has seen a team like this. I got Lane winning 22-6. Convincing win.
Um, yeah, just real quick, just in the chat, just try to keep the chatter to interacting with us, not yourselves. You're not going to see XYZ player or whatever until you play. So I'm not even going to put in the chat. Just Don't want to time anyone out because we're all having fun tonight, but please keep most of the chatter to us, please. I'm watching the chat, so chill out. All right. Now this is an interesting one. APR versus Lehman. Jared, take it away.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Especially like how much I've been talking about Travis Campbell and Samir Thomas. I think it's only right that they face off in the first round of the playoffs. I think that's
Yeah,
gonna be
literally.
yeah. I mean, statistically, it really doesn't get much better than this, and I think Lehman could score. I think it was definitely a little bit nerve wracking that they lost by almost 30 to Truman. Definitely a little bit not as encouraged coming into this one as I thought I'd be for them. But I think if you have time, watch this game because I think Samir Thomas and Travis Campbell both put on a show, and they're both truly special players. And honestly, like I saw Jermaine Singleton out of Lehman, and just some other great players kind of doing their thing this season, and of course APR is loaded, so I think it's just gonna be a really good game. I think APR definitely cruises, and they get a big first round win for them, especially after a couple tough losses here down the stretch. I like Randolph, and I honestly think there's gonna be a lot of points scored.
So I was gonna let Matt go, but Hector is calling me out. I'm not sure why, but listen, man. I got APR in this game, but I am watching you guys with a magnifying glass. Don't get it twisted, APR. Those are my guys. Saw them in person. We had a little mini podcast in person. Those are my guys, Travis, Hector, all them boys. Um, being down 21-0 is not good enough. Uh, I want to see more of a passing game. Hopefully the quarterback is good to go. But I got you guys in this game, especially after Lehman's loss to Truman. But I do think that you guys definitely need to raise your level. If it's going to be a majority ground game, then you guys need to be dominant on the ground. You guys need to be physical on the ground. Um, I personally think that. Let me see the difference in the PowerPoints. I'm gonna say that you guys should be happy that you're the 3 seed, not the 4 seed. I do think that matchup on the road against Fordham would be tough for you guys. But I'm going APR on this one. Mac.
Waiting for this one, man. Yeah, APR Lehman. Yeah, I got APR. I got APR winning 40-12. Then they're gonna take care of business. I don't think Lehman is going to be able to stop them. Um, I think this is going to be definitely an easy game for Randolph.
All right. So let's hop into it. Let's hop into it, man. APR versus Brooklyn Tech, the rematch. And this game was in Brooklyn Tech hosted this weekend, right?
Yeah, they play that Tech.
So this is literally just the run back. Wow. Jared.
Yeah, it's oh man. For all right, so for APR, I'll say this. Obviously, I really like them as a team. I do. We really got to see if they're able to play a complete game. Right? Their win against Fort Hamilton, they got hot at the start, and then Fordham came back. I know that wasn't their best second half, and then these last two games, slow starts that resulted into losses for Randolph. They can't afford to not show up against Brooklyn Tech. And but for BK Tech, man, they look really good, but I don't think correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you were watching Mac. Were they able to stop Travis Campbell? I don't think they were.
Nah, they stopped him in the first half.
But the second half, he found the rhythm.
Second half, APR made an adjustment in the second half.
Yeah.
They stopped. I mean, this is, if you watch the game, you can see. So they kind of came out of the wing T and they went with like a spread offense, and that's how they got going. The first half,
Yo, hold on a second. Travis had 285 yards and 2 touchdowns. Who stopped Travis?
that's why I said in the first half they was bottling Travis up. In the second half, he went crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. And yeah, it looks like APR is making those adjustments. Can Brooklyn Tech actually beat them 2 times in a row? I really like this BK Tech defense. I really like what they're doing. I don't see them beating Randolph twice. I'm going to take APR.
That's just tough.
Oh, sorry, say it again. Sorry, I was saying in the chat. Who'd you take?
Oh, I said I'm going to take APR.
Wow. Okay.
I don't see Tech beating them twice. I'll take Randolph.
Mac?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Jared. I think they made a second half adjustment, and I think coming out in the next game when they play, I think it's gonna be more of a spread look, and Brooklyn Tech kind of struggled with it. It was kind of like the similar situation when they when APR played for Hamilton. APR kind of went up big, and then Fort Hamilton made an adjustment and kind of came back when it was too late. Same situation happened in the Tech APR game. I think it was 21-0 in the third. And APR,
Crazy work.
yeah. APR kind of gave a different look offensively and came back, but it was a little too late.
Listen, my head says Brooklyn Tech. I will pick APR out of faith here. APR, I need to see a higher level of football. I'm picking y'all because I have faith in the coach. I got faith in Travis Gamble, but my brain is telling me Brooklyn Tech because I have been talking about, and word to Jared and Mac, early in the year, I was like, yo, Brooklyn Tech's defense is serious. I was like, their defense is tough, man. And just like we've been saying, it's hard to beat a team twice. 285 yards from Travis is crazy, but I need more. Emmanuel, the quarterback, with 80 yards, that's tremendous. I know Jaden Badea is a good runner, only 6 yards on the day. What is this about Travis throwing an interception? Can we stop Travis? Stop throwing the ball. Isn't this Travis's second interception? Like he's thrown an interception this year, right?
I think so.
But 5 for 8 for 19 yards. Listen, I understand that boys and girls did it last year, but I think we're at a higher level of football in the 3A this year.
Yeah.
Hey, it could be a game where you dominate on the ground, but I just don't think so. This Brooklyn Tech team is too good. So I'm gonna pick APR for the championship, but it's tough. It's tough. So let's go to the other side of the bracket. Fort Ham versus Lane. So we've been saying it's hard to beat a team twice. What do you say, Jared?
It is, man. It's really difficult, but I really like Fort Hamilton a lot this year. And one of the big differences for them in this division, I'm really confident what they can do passing the ball and then running. I mean, Harold Marshall was running really well against Lane, which honestly really impressed me. But But Lane also, but I also said before, Lane looked really good running it. This one is straight up a toss up. I think honestly, it's really close, but I'm gonna go for Hamilton. I like him. I think they're able to do it again, and especially if Harold Marshall's healthy, I think he's able to like wear down this Lane defense. I think he's able. I think the big back's able to get going, could open up for the pass game, and then the Porters end up playing really well. But it's gonna be it's gonna be really interesting. It could go either way, especially with how amazing this season has been for Lane. So toss up, but I'm gonna go to Fort Ham.
Yeah.
Real quick, hold
Yeah,
on, real
Cleo. Yeah,
quick.
he had 4 touchdowns on 9 carries, by the way. Cleo Gunle last week, 9 carries, 108 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's really special player. I've been saying that for a while. Him and Jack was really special. So
Real quick, Erica, that was an absolute mistake. Did not mean to time you out. You didn't say anything. I don't know how to undo it. Um, but the chat was moving kind of fast. I was trying to time someone else out. So that's my apology, Erica. You've been supporting us all the time. That's my fault. And Hector, I think I see Hector was trying to warn me. I thought he was talking about what I was saying. So I was trying to time someone else out and the chat moves sometimes. So that's my apologies, Erica. I'm Muncie. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, man. I got Fort Ham taking care of business, man. Fort Ham's offense super solid. I haven't seen Lane play. That's another thing. I definitely would like to see them play in person. Let's see if I can make this game, depending on who else is playing at the same
Where
time.
it is.
Yeah,
The scheduling, bro.
yeah,
Listen, whatever. Let me just get going.
yeah.
The
Depending
schedule
on
is
who this
ridiculous.
game is, and when it's played, definitely like to see this game happen. But I got Fort Ham taking care of business with Lane. I think it's gonna be a close one. I don't think it's gonna be like a blowout game. I got like 20, 22-18, 24-20, something along those lines.
Did I pick this game yet? No, I didn't pick this game yet. I'm picking Fort Ham for sure. Like I said, I still have that second half, you know, in my head of the APR game. I felt like Aiden Farley came out a little slow, and the Porter brothers came out slow, but they were firing on all cylinders in that second half. 36 points. 36 points against this Lane defense, and I'm pretty confident this Lane defense has been very solid all year long leading up to that. So to do that is very impressive to me. So yeah, I'm gonna take Fort Ham. So we all have the same championship. So I'm gonna put it on the screen now. And it is a rematch of an earlier year encounter. So all of our 3A predictions are Fort Ham versus APR in the rematch. How about Mac? I'll let you go first this time.
Ooh, yeah, man. Definitely going to be a close game. Fort Ham adjusted late against APR. I think it's going to be somewhat of a shootout game. Will probably be like 30-28, 30-26. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one, man. Yeah,
Clocking us. My son is clocking us, boy.
I say that it's hard to beat a team twice, in the regular season. But yeah, man, I think Travis Gamble's the best player in the 3A. I definitely have APR winning the 3A championship, man.
Oh, APR.
Yeah, yeah.
That did not go the way I thought it was gonna go. I'm not gonna lie. Probably. Maybe I was not listening. Okay. All right. I got Fort Hamilton.
Oh,
I don't think it should be a surprise
oh,
for anyone. I think Fort Hamilton's playing at a higher level of football. Fort Hamilton has what I value in a team, and its balance, being able to run the ball successfully and to throw the ball successfully. This kid, Harold Marshall, is tremendous. I think he's a tremendous, tremendous player. And that's not taking anything away from Travis, of course. But, I really like how the coaching staff uses him. He's a big guy, and a lot of times, you run dive to the big guy, you run, the plays up the middle. Of course, he does that. He is a bruising, punishing back as well. But I love how they get him involved in the pass game. If you remember in the APR game, he went up and got a ball. I'm like, yo, this kid is like 5'10, 5'11, was it 190? I know that's not like huge, but like he went up and got that ball, and he's just supposed to be a running back. So I just think Ford and Hamilton, especially in these close games that they've been pulling out, uh, I think Fort Ham is going to be back at the top of the PSAL, at least in the 3A division, and be the champions. So
wow.
one for APR, one for Fort Ham. Jared, what's your pick?
Man, this is tough because honestly, if you told me to rank the 3A teams like right now, like yeah, I would 100% have Fort Hamilton at 1. I think they're the top team in this division going into the playoffs, but it's a whole new season, so that's what makes this exciting. I know Coach Perlow is going to come out with a lot of adjustments, and that's what Randolph does in the playoffs. And man, so many good players in this game. I think it's really going to come down to how good and honestly how consistent this APR defense is going to be, because they're going to be tested through the air, on the ground. Can they actually um, stop Fort Hamilton the entire game? I think that's a really interesting matchup because I think regardless, Travis Gamble's going to do his thing. And I think APR is going to pull out a lot of plays we haven't seen before. And
Oh,
I think they're gonna I don't know. I think they're gonna get Gamble into space. He's gonna make plays. I also think the Porters are gonna make plays. I will also go on record. I think it's gonna be Fort Hamilton and APR, and I think it's gonna be the most exciting and closest championship game. I think the
whoa.
4A game, I said Curtis and E Hall is gonna be really close. I think this one legitimately might, we could see another overtime or last play kind of game
Wow.
because of how good the offenses are. And I think we're going to see more points in this one. It's going to be more entertaining. But I'm going with the best player on the field and his teammates. I'm going Travis Gamble and APR. And yeah, I think they're going to find a way to get it done despite the fact that they had us, they slowed up at the end of the regular season. It's just a gut feeling. Last year I had that feeling when Cardinal Hayes was making that run, and I was like, I'm taking Rich Beelan over Iona Prep. I know we haven't seen the quarterfinals yet in the semifinals, but when we do, I have a feeling that I'm gonna feel it again, and I'm gonna take Gamble in that moment.
All right. So I think all of the championships are going to be very exciting. And if I think about it last year, E Hall Tottenville was really good. Boys and Girls Clinton was incredible.
Oh my God.
Uh,
I don't know if you beat that
inc-
one, honestly.
that
And
that was that was one of my favorite games ever. Like that was literally one of my favorite games ever to call.
yeah, for sure.
And I know South Shore solidly won over APR in the 2A.
Yeah, that was
And then I
convincing.
don't remember the score of Springfield winning in the 1A. Um,
It
so
was
yeah,
cruising,
like best of
but
luck.
now
Sorry, Jared.
no, I was just saying the city got. I think we're gonna get an encore, but the city got really spoiled last year with the Hayes game, the boys
Yeah.
and girls game, and then E-Hall Tottenville. Really, really spoiled, but I think we could definitely get an encore, at least for the PSAL.
All right, so we're gonna go into the 2A. I think we're gonna move a little faster through the 2A. Um, do we both have do all of us agree Eagle over Beach Channel,
Yes.
FJM over Patrides?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yes, we all agree on that. East Harlem Pride versus Springfield, I think is a pretty interesting matchup. I have not seen either of the teams this year, but I know that East Harlem Pride played a very close game, and I'm pretty sure it was against was it FJM, right? It
Yeah.
was FJM where it
Yeah.
took the interception to win, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm pretty sure didn't Springfield play FJM close as well?
They didn't play each
I'm
other.
trying to get
They didn't play each other in the regular season.
they did not play each other in the regular season.
No.
Okay. Uh so I mean I'm gonna go with East Harlem Pride. They're the higher seed, correct? Yeah. So I'm gonna go with East Harlem Pride in this one. What about you guys?
I'm gonna go with Springfield.
Interesting. Interesting. No, I'm gonna roll
Eric?
with Andre here. I like East Harlem. I like the athlete Cody Aravallo a lot. I'm not sure if he's playing quarterback right now. I know that's not his natural position, but I think he's a really good player. They're gonna make sure the ball is in his hands, and yeah, I like East Harlem to take down the defending 1A champs.
So this one, Far Rock versus LIC. I think this one is interesting, especially because on the road, Long Island City was able to beat Far Rock 21-12, and now it's the same setup, Far Rock versus Long Island City. Jared, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, that's fun. Honestly, it is interesting that LSC has to go on the road again to take on Far Rock. I saw some stuff on Twitter about that, but LSC they're really good. Coach Giordano's got a really good team, and I saw yeah, Carter Dumas had a huge game against Far Rock last time, over 100 yards rushing, and LSC was able to win then. I think they're going to be able to win now. Put them to the semifinals.
Okay.
I got LIC winning this game. Um, yeah, I think they played in the regular season, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah, and in the same venue, like it was
And the score was
at Far
21,
Rock, 21-12.
12. Yeah. Yeah, I think LIC is going to take care of business again. Um, just think they have the better group this season.
Yeah, I just want to give a huge shout out to Coach G and this team coming up from the 1A. And Coach G hasn't been there for that long, and just seeing what he's done with the program is tremendous. To not even win the 1A, but to come up into the 2A and to be so successful. That's a huge shout out to Coach G and the whole staff. And I'm pretty sure the staff is like 2 or 3 coaches, literally. Like it's a small staff. Yeah, it's a small staff. So a huge shout out to Coach G. I'm picking LIC for the upset. Now, are any of us picking an upset in the semifinal?
No, that would be Eagle versus LIC, and well, my bracket
So
would be
yes,
FJM versus Springfield.
Springfield. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I have Eagle and Sheepstead in the final.
Jared.
Yeah, I mean, I was honestly really thinking about before the show, like what LIC could maybe do in this semifinal matchup if they get there, and I was honestly liking their chances a little bit more than other people. But at the end of the day, you look at this Eagle offense, and it's like, can you stop Esso, Thompson, Stevenson? It's just a lot, and I'm gonna go Eagle. I was really thinking about it and really trying to make a case for LIC, but I'm gonna go Eagle, and I think it's gonna be pretty convincing.
I think the better matchup for LIC would have been against FJM.
That I might have picked an upset, honestly.
Yeah, I think that would have been the better matchup, but Eagles defense, word to Mac, is pretty ferocious. Like, no offense, I know you root for your guys, but that defense was pretty ferocious. And I honestly did not think that game was that close. I know the score was close, but I felt like Eagle was in control of that game against Sheepshead the whole time. So I'm going Eagle in this one. So now for the 2A championship, all of us have the same Eagle Queens versus FJM. And I have to let Coach Mac take this one first.
Yeah, man, this is gonna be tough, man. Another tough one. Eagle Queens kind of handle business. During the regular season. This is gonna be tough. You know what? Is it possible that after this week we can make this prediction? I only say that to say I got to see how these teams perform in the playoffs.
So
what do you want to say, Jordan?
So Max, so here's the thing, right? Like, the people voted, they wanted us to pick the entire bracket, right? So we had to pick the entire bracket, right?
All right.
We have to do it, right? We can, of course, we're going to talk about it again once the championships come with more data. But let's lay a pick out there. We have to.
Let's say I got I got Sheepshead winning. I got Sheepshead winning 12-6. 12-6.
12-6. Could I see this being a 12-6 game? Jared, what do you think?
I think both teams.
Oh, sorry, Mac.
Yeah, I think both teams are going to be. Yeah. Side note: they're trolling me already. Crazy.
Has it already started?
It's crazy on Instagram, man. But that's
I'm afraid. All right, I'm gonna look at it after.
Yeah, I think both teams are gonna watch film. They're gonna be more prepared for each other. But yeah, I think definitely Sheepshead is gonna handle business. It's hard to beat a team twice. It's hard to beat a team twice. I always say this. It's hard to beat a team twice in the same season. Yeah, I think definitely they're gonna be a lot more prepared this time around.
Jared?
Man, I know. I'm thinking. I kind of liked Max take in the sense if they win, it's gonna be like a 12-6 game. It's gonna be the Sharks defense coming up big. But man, can they actually,
not so fast?
Can they actually come up big and actually stop this Eagle offense? I mean, Eagles got a lot of weapons, man, and Kassir Wright had a big game against FJM. Freshman, right?
Crazy. He might have more than 6 touchdowns. He had 6 touchdowns
Unreal
at that game.
Yeah,
I don't even know what he's at
really
now.
Good. And then of course Elijah Thompson, Khalil Esso. I mean, there's just a lot of really good players. I think they have too many playmakers. Honestly, I think they're going to score. Although FJM, like you have Ahmed and you have Elijah White, A lot of really good players for them as well, but no, it's Eagles' year in the 2A. I kind of was thinking that, especially like looking at their body of work and what they've done and how they're able to handle FJM. And yeah, I'm gonna stay rolling here with Eagle 3 becoming the PSAL 2A champs. So I'm gonna take them. I think the 1 seed rolls. It's a shame that yeah, it's a shame that actually I picked APR in the other bracket. I thought I picked ones all across the board, but I didn't. So Eagle 3.
So I think some people are. I guess there's a clip of me running around. I don't know because some people are coming in here asking if I'm gonna bet my wife on the Eagle versus E-Hall.
Oh man,
So
yeah.
life is too valuable, bro. You don't. There's nothing better than life. You can't bet it on anything. My pick is out there. You gotta stand on your pick. All right. Hey, if we come in on Monday, hey, Eagle pull this off.
Oh,
Donations. Donations. Better see some donations.
that'd be crazy.
Super chats. That's all I'm saying. Eagle versus FJM. Whew. So it's such an interesting game to analyze in the rematch because I liked how FJM came out in that game. Word to Mac, I don't like you saying it, but word to Mac, they missed quite a few throws. Like they had like two wide open touchdowns.
Tons.
So it can happen. What concerns me is how well they were able to shut down Cisse. That was a bit concerning to me. So that's why I'm gonna go with Eagle Queens.
Hmm.
Um yeah, I don't know how you game plan against a team that stops your bread and butter that well. Maybe they gotta get the screen game going. But Wingstop for everyone is hilarious.
Hilarious.
That is hilarious. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go Eagle Queens. I just thought they looked too dominant in that game. They shut down exactly um what FJM does best. So I'm going with Eagle Queens and Coach Pierre in the chat. Big salute to you. I'm pretty sure this will be Eagle Queens' first football championship. Let me know on that. Um, and hey, they're going up against a proud and historic FJM program, so that's gonna be very exciting. Um, to end it off, just a quick salute to the 1A. I don't think it's very fair for us to really dig it. Whoa, I didn't know Grady was the 2 seed. What?
I didn't know Grady was in the 1A. I
didn't know
swear I
Grady.
did. This is my first time seeing the 1A. Yo, this is my. I swear, I didn't know Grady was in the 1. Yo, Grady's the 2 seed in the 1A. Oh,
I can't front. I didn't know either. I can't.
Transit.
You know?
Yo, Transit Tech is the number 1 seed. Hold on. I'm not sure. If
Transit Tech's rolling.
They're undefeated.
They're like blowing
They're
teams
rolling.
out.
Really?
Yeah, the only team that's played him tough was Grady, I think.
Yo, Grady's
Yeah,
the
I'm about to go look at that right now.
It's the
fire.
only team that played them tough. I mean, I guess Mott Haven did in the beginning of the year, but
Oh, Automotive is in the mix. Wow. This is my first time seeing it. This is dope, man. Who's Washington?
Washington? Oh, Frederick Douglass? Oh no, Washington.
George
Is that
Washington.
who is Washington? Is that
I don't know.
Westinghouse? No.
No, Westinghouse is Westinghouse. That just say Washington. I never. Yeah. It's foreign
Yeah,
Give me a
territory.
no,
second.
that's George Washington. They're
We need to load up hidden gems for this one.
Oh, George Washington. I
That's
think
George
Eagle played
Washington.
them years ago. Yeah, Eagle played them years ago, I think.
George Washington. Where is that?
I think it is right before New Jersey. I'm actually going there on on Saturday for the soccer championship.
Okay, why? Why? You sure that's George Washington?
that's what the site says.
Yeah, it's George Washington High School. Yeah, I think East Harlem might play their games there at their high school, and they have like a really really nice field. Like you could see like the skyline like from the top of their stands. It's actually pretty sick.
This
Yeah,
is
it looks the
this is
orange and
where.
black also looks cool for George Washington.
Where is that?
Yeah, but with this one in the 1A, man, like Transit Tech's been having an amazing season.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of people are gonna pick them to roll here.
Yeah, I do want to give a shout out to A-Tech. They actually their home field, I guess their home field is also Eagle Academy's field along with Transit Tech.
Fire.
And A-Tech looked pretty good. They were playing Stevenson from the Bronx on Saturday. They had some good athletes. Number 2, number 4, I'm pretty sure. Um, so I'll have some fun and pick them in the upset. But
Have some fun.
I'm probably just gonna go with I can't really pick a team other than Transit if they've been winning like this. Honestly,
Yeah.
Mac, your thoughts on the 1A?
Yeah, man. Let me see something. Um, yeah. Well, so I guess Mott Haven is good too. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Transit versus Mott Haven in the final. Is that possible?
Oh, Erica's tight.
Is that possible? Is that even possible? Let me see if that's possible. Grady, Mission Tech, Mott Haven. Yeah. So yeah, if that's possible, I have because Mott Haven played Grady in the regular season and won. So I have Transit Tech and Mott Haven in the finals, and I have Transit winning it all.
It's like that. It would be like I said, it would be nice to see Grady be successful though, for real. Like
Definitely,
that's such a
Mm,
storied program.
definitely.
for sure.
Yeah, man. So I think that's gonna be a wrap tonight. Um, we didn't make it to 10 o'clock somehow. Mac, how did me and you make it to 10 o'clock that one night?
Yeah, I was
Did you realize that? Like it
great.
was the longest show. It was just me and Mac last week.
3 hours.
Oh my god, you guys went to 10?
3 hours.
We made it to
Yeah.
10, bro. It was
Yo.
crazy. No, you know what it was? We
Goodness.
were talking a lot about. So first of all, I was doing a lot of thank yous for the game of the week, and then like the
Right.
JFK South Shore conversation was really long. Trav, where the hell you been all night, boy? No, like what? Where the hell you been all night,
Yeah,
Trav?
yeah,
Come on,
right.
man.
Yeah.
Trav, you're gonna have to watch back. A lot was
Yeah,
said. A
man.
lot was
Yo,
said.
285 yards is crazy, Trav. Like that's
Yeah.
that's
Crazy.
crazy work. Yo, player of the year is sealed up for you in the 3A for real. Um, but yo, this playoffs is going to be exciting, man.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to go chalk. I don't think it's going to go chalk. I think that we're going to see some surprises. Is it Eagle
Mm-hmm.
over E Hall? Is it Tottenville over E Hall? Is it South Shore over Curtis? I think it's all.
Is it Eagle over Eagle?
Isn't he going?
Yo, it was one of those things where I'm like, bro, I just had to do it, man.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I was walking past the closet, and I was like, damn, they used to pay me in hoodies, man. Grab that.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was funny. I'm kind of afraid to look at my phone now, but man, Jared, just last words. Like how? I mean, we're gonna be back on Monday, of course, but like this is like
yeah.
the exciting time where you just look at the blank canvas and you hope, you dream. Of course, there's out of all these teams, you know, there's 32 teams in the PSAL playoffs. There's only going to be 4 champions. Only 4 champions.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, we're almost like it's crazy that one of the best weekends of the year is just a couple weeks away.
Yeah.
Wow, really. I mean, they gotta solidify the dates. Really need to make sure that I'm there for that. But it's all craziness, man. We got some exciting first round games, and the fact that this is just the beginning is nuts. And next Monday, we're gonna be here for a long time next Monday when we talk about all the potential semifinal games because of how nuts it's gonna be, and of course breaking down the quarterfinals. It's crazy, but no, wow. Honestly, thank you, chat, for being here and looking at all our predictions. It's only getting better from here. We're in November. It, I know it's supposed to be December, but it is the most wonderful time of the year. Let's do it.
Uh, before you go, Mac, quick Catholic League predictions, Jared.
All right, so I don't know, not a lot of people know this, but it was pointed out to me. So going back to literally 2019, I have predicted 4 St. Anthony's Cardinal Hayes games, and every time I picked it, the other team won.
No way. Are you serious?
Yes, including a few weeks ago, I think I was on here, and I was like, yeah, I like Hayes over St. Anthony's. Gary Merrill had a different idea. Last year in the playoffs, I made a big video on my page and said St. Anthony's is going to be too much for Cardinal Hayes. We all know how that happened. After once I saw Hayes win that, I'm like, oh my goodness, here we go. And then I had a feeling they were going to win it all, but I did pick St. Anthony's there. I don't know. I think I'm going to stay away from that game. I think I'm going to stay away from it.
That's fair enough. Just keep the
Yeah, I think
political
Ed literally
ties
said
Gucci.
don't pick, which is funny. But Iona Prep Chaminade, I don't see Iona Prep losing that game. That one,
Mm.
if Chaminade wins, like the Flyers have had an amazing season. They got back to the AAA semis. If Chaminade played Cardinal Hayes or St. Anthony's in the semis, it might be a different story, but I don't think they're beating Iona
Ooh. And
because their
it's
defense
so
could
fun.
maybe bottle up. Like it'd be really interesting. But Iona, I think, is too well rounded and well coached and just a machine, especially up front. I think they're a great matchup. Like I think they match up well with Chaminade's front seven. So I'm gonna go Iona Prep.
Yeah, this has been the best Chaminade team I've seen in my lifetime. Honestly. And I played against Chaminade. I played against Chaminade. I've seen a lot of Chaminade, obviously going to Kellenberg. And it's so funny, Jared, because we spoke about this after the St. Anthony's game, and we were both like, whoa, like Chaminade is freaking good. Like,
Yeah,
and I
I
think we
know.
both asked, and we both kind of were like, yo, like, can they? I can't remember if we said, can they win a playoff game or can they get to the Final Four? But here they are. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and the game's up here in New Rochelle. I'm sure those freaking Chaminade guys are crazy. So they're probably going to take the whatever kind of trip up to New Rochelle and make that exciting. So,
Yeah, I'll get a fan bus
um,
probably or something like that.
yeah, something like that. Mac, final
Mm.
words on the playoffs, man.
Um, I'll be outside this weekend. I'll be outside. Going to see some games. I do want to say we're going into round one of the playoffs, and we don't have a venue or where the championship game is
Yeah, I
played at
mean,
anymore. Like, can we? Come on.
All right, we'll talk offline.
All right, cool.
Build a venue or like, I mean, I hope the days are finalized. I haven't seen it though.
Yeah,
No, nothing is finalized, man.
like come on, like, all right,
Nah, yeah, we'll talk about it though. But yeah,
yeah.
stop.
I definitely would like to know, like, where is it going to be? Who's playing what day? I know they do the Saturday Sunday thing. 2 games each day. Kind of give us like some kind of idea of what's going on. But who am I? But that's it, man. Ready to see some playoff football.
Yo, salute to everybody, man. I think we peaked at 170. Was it 180? I'm not sure exactly where it peaked at.
Yeah, 182.
182. You saw that for sure? Okay, so
182.
that'll be the new
That's
record.
cooking.
And it's just awesome. And to be honest with you, like, the prediction stuff is a little out of my lane. I don't think predictions are like the highest quality content, not coming for anybody, but I just think anybody can
Same.
get in front of a computer and pick. Um, but it's time for some football, boys. And this is football at the highest stake where everything is on the line. History is on the line, all that. And I'm really excited. Next week is probably going to be one of my favorite shows because I feel like next week, honestly, the semifinal show is what I'm really, really looking forward to. But there could be some quarterfinal upsets. Who knows? And I'm excited to really just break down football. There's about 30 games happening at Saturday at noon. I hope that changes in the future. Like, how are we supposed to support if there's 30 games at the same time? But make it out to whatever game you can. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Historic day. And good luck to everybody. Play like hell and try to make history for your school, man. So we